The sentence starts with this person pointing out that food high in fiber. So this kind of construction after that is called the that clause, and the subject of this that clause is the food. And we can see that the verb here is creates. Now a quick vertical scan will reveal that there is a split between creates and create, which tells us that this question is testing for subject-verb agreement. So let's check this. So in A, food creates is perfect subject-verb agreement, singular subject and a singular verb. So we can hold on to A. Now in B, we can notice that there is this phrase in addition to, and this is what is called as an additive phrase. Remember that the additive phrase is used to add information to the noun in front of it, and the words that mark an additive construction are words like in addition to, along with, together with, as well as, including, etc. So if we notice any of these words, we can understand that there is an additive phrase in the sentence. So there are two problems in B. One, we can see that there is a closing comma for this additive phrase, but we don't have an opening comma, because usually the additive phrases are separated from the main clauses or the main sentences by commas. So we can see that this is a construction-based mistake. Moreover, additive phrases don't make a subject plural. That means this can be read around, and we can notice that the subject is food and the verb is create, and this is a subject-verb mismatch as well. So there is a construction mistake and a subject-verb mismatch. B goes off. Now in C, the subject-verb agreement is perfect, but we can see that we have another additive phrase, this time starting with along with. Now as I said, they add information to the noun in front of it. So if we notice the noun in front of it, we have illnesses. Now this would illogically mean the illnesses along with vegetables and proteins. That means these vegetables and proteins become part of the illnesses. Doesn't make sense? C goes off. Now in D, we do have proper subject-verb agreement, food and creates, but do notice that we have vegetables and proteins. So this actually becomes a compound subject, because even if you argue that, well, it's a prepositional phrase saying food high in fiber, vegetables and proteins, there is a big problem in this logic, because then it would become food high in fiber, food high in vegetables. Food high in proteins makes sense, but food high in vegetables does not make sense at all. So that means these three are supposed to be considered separate entities. Food high in fiber as one entity, vegetables as the second entity, and proteins as the third entity. And if there are three entities connected by and, obviously the subject is a plural subject, in which case we need the verb create. So D goes off by subject-verb agreement. Now we need is this construction between commas, which means this can be read around. This will not make the subject plural. So the subject will still be singular food and the verb is plural create, and that is subject-verb disagreement. E goes off. This leaves us with the right answer choice, A for alpha.